recording.
Now it's recording.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And welcome to Terry's Beautiful Body, Stars of Oklahoma. And it's one of my favorite people in Oklahoma City, Jeremy. And I'm so excited that he is my first guest. Number one. Okay, Jeremy Thomas. Jeremy, let me ask you why you play. Play us something lovely.
Something lovely.
Yes. Get ready, audience, for a treat. Jeremy is known to some as Fingers. Did you know that? Jay?
Did I know that?
Yeah, did you know that?
I've been told that. Probably because they're long and everybody's like, oh, you got long fingers, spider hands.
Do you think it's because of the long fingers or the keyboard?
The long fingers.
Okay, let's get those long fingers working over there.
Long fingers, play my scales.
What you gonna play for us this evening, Jeremy?
We play a tune called The Nearness of You.
Oh, I love that.
That's a good tune, good ballad.
Who's the author of that?
I forgot. I played the tune so many times, I actually forgot who the composer is. I really should know it, but it's a good tune, good jazz standard.
That's okay.
So.
You're in for a treat, audience. Let's go, Jeremy. Were you born here, Jeremy?
No, I wasn't.
Where were you born?
I was born in Muncie, Indiana. Muncie, Indiana. That's where I'm originally from.
And you moved here when?
I think we moved there in 85.
You were a baby still.
I was still young. I actually remember the move. It was snowing.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It was a very rough move. So, but I remember
that much snow. From Indiana, did you say?
Yeah, well, it was just from there to here, it was just snowing all over the place. And I remember we had to stay in a hotel for like a day or two, wait till they cleared up the highways, and then we moved here and all that. So.
How old were you? 85. You had to be what?
4.
3, 4.
4 and 4. Yeah, I was 4.
And you remember it that well.
Mhm.
That's
I
awesome.
remember.
That's a good memory.
Well, they say your first memories are really in your first 7, 8 years. It's very vivid.
That's
Your
beautiful.
childhood years. So.
Well, we won't tell them how old you are now, but they probably already guessed it.
Oh yeah.
But it's
Something
okay.
like
He's a
that.
young man. Okay, let me start out by letting the audience know that Jeremy is like my godson. He is my godson. He went to school with my girls, so we are very close. So it is an honor to have him here tonight. Okay, and the school you went to, Jeremy?
High school, Westmore.
Westmore. And I knew
High
that.
School. Yes. That was fun.
Was that fun?
It was.
Was there any college for you, Jeremy?
Mm-hmm.
And what-
UCO, University of Central Oklahoma.
All right.
That's where it all went down.
So, you started your music. Oh, you can go ahead and play The Nearness of You. Can you play that while you talk to me?
Probably not. Well, I can, but I can.
Okay. So when did the music start for you?
It actually started. I started playing drums.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 5 years old. I started in church. First Sunday of April, 1987. I'll never
Wow.
forget. And I finally got the opportunity to play.
Mm-hmm.
So I went up there and I played.
Uh-huh.
It was for like the fellowship, like first Sunday morning fellowship after the communion.
Mhm.
So I got to play, and then from there on out, started playing for the kids choir, and then it just took off from there.
Well, did you sing as well?
Mm-mm. No singing for me.
No singing for you.
None of that.
What about your siblings? Let's tell everybody how many brothers you have.
I've got one older brother and 3 younger brothers. Yeah, that's right. I had to count. And an older sister.
Okay.
So,
And your mom and your dad.
and my mother and my father.
We know them very well.
Mm-hmm.
And your dad is a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
What church?
Greater Concord Baptist Church
Okay.
in
And
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City.
Uh-huh.
All right. And your mother.
And my mother, she's first lady there. She's a school teacher.
And what school is that?
She's at Early Wine Elementary.
Early
way
Wine.
on the south side.
Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. How beautiful is that? Okay, Jeremy, what brought you or inspired you, motivated you for music, to play music?
Well, a whole lot of things. You know, I just remember growing up and my father would play all these records.
Mm-hmm.
And I would listen to all the stuff, you know.
Was it jazz? Was it?
It was really a little bit of everything.
Just rhythm and blues.
It started off a lot of gospel records.
Gospel.
You know, like GMWA Workshop Choir and, you know, the Hawkins, all kinds of stuff. Daryl Coley, different mass choirs. And, and then, you know, then he'd play the radio and I'd hear Motown, like Smokey Robinson, Aretha Franklin,
Yes.
and those guys, and James Brown. And I remember when Take 6 first came out, he always played music. He'd be doing the singing. I'd sit there with my sticks and just play along with the music.
So it was the drums at first, really, wasn't
That's my
it?
first love.
So when did the keys come in?
That came in when he bought me my first keyboard, Christmas of 1988.
But what way? Okay, from the drums to the keyboard. So he did you ask for it, or were you starting to wanting to play the organ, or how did that come into play?
Well, he just bought a key. I always wanted drums, and he bought me drums. They bought me some drums. But then when he brought the keyboard, I sat down and got really interested in playing the keyboard. So I started playing that. And then, you know, when I got older and when he became pastor of the church, I was 12, 13. So there was a Hammond organ there, and I'd sit down and play that.
And you just started playing it?
Well, yeah, it was a rough start, though, you know, but I played it.
Do you play by ear?
I do. I play by ear.
What about your siblings? Do they play any instruments?
They do. Like my younger brother Philip, he played the sax and he plays organ and a little bit of drums. And my other brother Joseph played the clarinet, and I think he was first bass drum marching band. And then the youngest baby brother James, he played percussion. Even my oldest brother, he played percussion. So most of us started off on the drums. But you know, I kind of took it and ran with it.
Yes, you have.
So
Now this is your career.
it is.
It is. Now, I've always wanted to ask you about Jeremy Thomas Quartet. How did that get started?
Very interesting. This is an interesting story. Y'all get ready for this.
Get ready.
The Jazz Lab was built, I'll give you the short version. The Jazz Lab was built, I was a student here, and the trumpet player that's in my quartet, Lee Rucker, he was in charge of the Jazz Lab. So anyways, they built this place. We had a house piano, house sound system, house drums, everything. And he said, man, we need a house organ. We need a Hammond organ in here. I was like, yeah, we do. So I also work here, you know, up here doing sound and stuff whenever I'm not on the road. And then after a while, he's just like, man, I'm going to get an organ. I was like, yeah, that'd be great. He said, but there's 2 things you got to promise me if I get this instrument. I was like, okay, what's that? He said, number 1, he said, you've got to start an organ group. I'm like, okay, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what's the second one? He said,
Right.
number 2. He's like, you gotta let me play in it. So I was like, oh, I
That's
can definitely
easy,
do that.
right?
So we got it, and we finally got it and started playing around it. And then I think a year later, that was a year later, we debuted here at the Jazz Lab Valentine's Day,
Valentine's.
2004. So that was our debut concert. But that's how we got started.
Wow.
So it really wasn't technically my idea, though. So.
But that's what you call yourself. The group is the Jeremy Thomas Quartet.
Mhm.
I love that. I've always wanted to know that story. I always wanted to know that. I was like, Jeremy Thomas Quartet. Well, who's the quartet? And how did that come about? So now we know, audience, now we know about Jeremy Thomas and the quartet.
Mhm.
I love that. And Jeremy, go ahead and play something for us.
You want me to just play a full tune?
Yes.
Okay.
I want the audience to hear. And then I'm also, after that, I want you to be able to tell, where you're playing, how can a person reach you? Do you have CDs?
Mhm.
Okay.
We got all of that stuff.
Got all of that.
All of the goodies.
So you're going to let everybody know how to find you, how to reach you, how to locate you.
Mhm.
Okay.
So this is called Body and Soul. This is actually off of our record.
Okay. Listen to you all night. Your parents should be very proud. I know they are.
Yeah, I think they are.
I'm pretty sure they are. I'm pretty sure. I am.
Oh.
I am now. Let everyone know. What's the name of that? That's on a CD, right?
Mhm.
So what's the name of it?
The name of the CD is entitled, our latest one. It's Drop Top.
Drop Top.
Drop Top.
Oh, I like the name of that too.
And that's actually the name of the first cut.
Mhm.
That was the first jazz tune I've ever written.
I was just getting ready to ask you that.
And I wrote that actually way back when we started the group.
Really?
Yeah, as soon as he said, let me in the group, I started writing. I was like, okay, we need some tunes to play. I started learning standards and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I mean, we recorded it on several different albums, but this one we just really featured it. So, Drop Top. And get on iTunes,
Mm-hmm.
Amazon, Zoom, Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
It's all on the internet. They can hit us up on Facebook, Jeremy Thomas Quartet on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Twitter.
JT Quartet on Twitter.
Okay.
That's the Twitter name. What else? My personal page, maybe. That's starting to fill up, ironically, but the fan page, and then the website, JeremyThomasQuartet.com.
Okay.
Or .net, whichever one. It'll still link up to the same thing. So y'all check it out on there.
And we will have that running by eventually, Jeremy, so people can see it. Because people hear things. Some people need to see things.
Yeah, they can see it. It's just, Jeremy, just remember my name and put Quartet after it. You found it.
I won't let them forget. And you will come back and play some more music for us again, won't you, Jeremy?
Sure.
I do appreciate that. I am so thrilled about this interview to have you here, Jeremy, tonight. It has been the best. Absolutely the best. Let me ask you one last question, Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the ladies want to know this.
All right.
Are you married?
No.
You hear that, ladies? He's not married. Okay.
I'm married.
All right, go ahead and let them know. Seeing someone?
Not really.
Not really. Not today, ladies, so.
I could be, but we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, Jeremy, we do thank you for joining Terry's Beautiful Body, Stars of Oklahoma, and you are definitely a star to me.
You know, I have to say this. A good friend of mine told me this. I told him the same thing. I said, "You're a star." He looked at me. He said, "You know what star is backwards? Spell it backwards." I was like, He like, "It spells rats."
Rats.
I was like, "Wow, okay."
Okay.
I got a kick out of that.
Well, let's keep it going forward. I like the stars. You are a star. So, Jeremy, let me ask you this also. Oklahoma City is our state. Do you ever plan on moving from Oklahoma?
I mean, not right now. You know, it just depends on what's happening. But as of right now, no. This city is really growing.
It really is. And that's what it's all about. This show, that's what it's about for me also. So I'm glad to hear you say that.
It is.
It
It's
really
growing.
is. Oklahoma is okay.
Yeah, it's definitely getting okay.
Absolutely.
Getting all right.
Absolutely. Tonight we have that game, Thunder and the Lakers tonight. Looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
Thunder up.
Yeah, we'll see what's going to happen.
Thunder up. Can you play us out of here, Jay?
I sure can. I sure can. Let's see. What should I play?
Makes you smile. Yay! Thank you so much. That makes you smile, doesn't it? All right.
All right.